What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for making it back to the channel. I go by the name ShotofADRENALIN, and before I mention the presence, the force that is within the studio with us today, I want to say, when we talk about cultural commentary, it's not always about like having an opinion. It's about having the audacity to express yourself. And one thing I want to say about Miss Bebe Flight is she is an original thought and she's an original thinker. But what does that mean when the changing media landscape? I myself, from an artist perspective, I have a creative lens to the world, but what she has is the perfect balance of imagination and reality. So, with that being said,
Ooh, I
baby,
like
what
that.
up with it?
Hi. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem.
Long overdue.
Yes, very long overdue.
You know, I don't let nobody interview me. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
means something to me.
Absolutely, but you know, this is part of the vision, which means it was some destined to happen. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much for making your way
Yes.
to Prime Produce.
Yes.
All right, so let's jump right in. I think the people that know you, they know you. They know exactly what to expect, but they also know that they can't expect too much that they are ahead of time. And truthfully, I just want to know what has life been like for you in this previous season, and what brings you here today.
Life has been productive. And what brings me here today is because I'm about to get even more productive.
Oh, talk to me.
And I felt the need to come here with you because just like you said, you're an artist, but you're also a creative. So I know you would respect what I have
Absolutely,
coming up next. So
100%. Absolutely. So, with that being said, tell me, what does it take for you to maintain inspiration today as a media
what
personality?
it takes for me to maintain self-preservation.
Mm,
Because it's one thing to have an idea and then the energy to execute it, but you need some downtime before you end up, burning yourself out.
exactly. So, how do you stay connected to BB as the brand and Brittany as a person?
Oh, I do things that keep me grounded. Like on the weekends, I'm usually with my 93-year-old grandma.
Oh, God bless. God bless.
So I
Life.
say that every time I'm like, yo, this is where I'm meant to be because like it keeps me grounded because I'm still Brittany at the end of the day.
Yeah,
When I get in my creative bag, I know like I'm creating, I'm storytelling and all this stuff. I'm doing that, but I'm still feeding the inner child of BB. So
absolutely.
being with my family keeps me, grounded.
Awesome. All right, so living in a post-pandemic world,
Whew.
uh, in the media space specifically, how have you found the world to have been in 2019 compared to 2026?
Okay, 2019 till today. Everybody's thinking they can do this podcast stuff.
Talk about it.
No disrespect to the artists.
Hmm. No, I believe that a tweet or you put on your gram the other
Oh,
day. Yeah, but you're right though, especially when they like start winning awards and they push you
yes.
off name recognition.
It's
I
not
get
even
it.
just winning off awards where my like dysfunctional is because it's like you already have a following as an artist.
Mm,
I'm a huge Joe Budden fan. So if he's not dropping any music, of course I'm going to the podcast because
yeah.
I'm like, I just want to listen to him. So it's like to have that type of following, you already have an advantage in
Mm,
comparison to people that I don't have people follow me for my music, but they want to follow me for what I want to talk about.
that's
So it's
real.
like, I feel like artists have that advantage and I'm not jealous, I don't knock it, but I do want people to be curious about storytellers, not just about artists. Different formats.
But then that's where the challenge of being consistent comes in. Because
Woo!
everybody ain't gonna make it. And
Woo!
like, yeah, it could be frustrating, especially when like you've really been doing this. And look at
Mm-hmm.
me. Like it's kinda in the same realm, just on a
Mm-hmm.
different level. And I think that you're in a space where you can say, yo, I think this needs to be heard because
Yeah.
I got some influence.
Yeah.
And like the influence is more than a flex. It's really it's almost like getting the culture back into alignment,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think before people start thinking like, well, you got to be at a certain level in order to have a commanding voice like that. It's once again the audacity. So
I think you just have to speak.
yeah,
Somebody has to be the stimuli of all of this. Just
the stimuli.
the stimuli. Somebody has to be bold enough to say what they need to say. Like
Absolutely.
one thing I like about certain artists that have podcasts, there's a journalist there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I don't knock it. There's somebody there that's not in music, but they have the knowledge.
You can validate it.
So that's where I'm like, if more artists, if you bridge the gap of hire a journalist, hire a producer, because there's some podcasts that I'm just a producer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in there, and a lot of people, they probably fans of it, and I signed a nice NDA, so like I'm down to be in the background, just like there's ghostwriters to rap songs.
Yeah. So in that case, I think for those who have really been tapped in with you, we know that we feel the distance
Ooh.
between you and your late night show and us as the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about the decision to take a break and what can we expect next?
I took a break so that I could rebrand, and like I heard the feedback of like people that are actually watching, and they're like, okay, this is the only thing I didn't. You could tweak this. I only take feedback from people that lead with love, because I don't want to hear anybody that you can't even do this. So not saying you can't even invest the money to do this. So it's just like, I'll listen, but I'm not going to take it in. But I took heed to people like, you could do this better. So I'm
nice.
rebranding, re-strategizing, and also I got so many segment ideas, and it only works for certain guests. So I'm kind of like limiting myself with invite only guests. Because a lot of podcasts, they like take on anybody and they charge a fee, and I'm like, I don't want to take your money if it's not going to go nowhere.
But it seems to me, like leading up to this point, or to the break rather, that you have a pretty deep Rolodex of people. So when we talk about community and being able to tap in with a lot of folks, is the invitation only approach necessarily wrong, or is it just re-strategizing the approach?
So if my first run was invite, well, I did use my resources of my friends.
There you go.
But 3 people got signed that was on the show already.
Okay.
So my ear ain't bad. So I'm trusting my ear on that. And also, I want to talk to people I can have good conversation with. I don't want to just talk to people and they like, you could tell the disconnect, which was, trial and error. Trial and error. But I'd rather keep it invite only, or at least for a specific reason, like, oh, this conversation had to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I can appreciate you at least giving yourself enough grace to listen to people, because if something resonates with you, then cool, let it resonate, see what you can take from it. But how do you balance listening to, I guess, the algorithm and the people whose opinions actually matter based on their experience?
There's a message in the messenger. Sometimes people's message could hit, but it's like, I'm not listening to that person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stubborn like that. So it's just like, I learned how to decipher with that. So.
All right, bet. So let's get a little bit more insular into what does it mean in a changing landscape? That sounds mad good on paper. It sounds provocative, but honestly, it just means like we have to adapt to a new world.
Yes.
Right? So part of that new world is hyper attention.
Yes.
Right? So it's not like back in the days where, we could take 3 years to make an album, right? Or we could take months in between seasons of a talk show. Nah, now it's like, hey, I need something every day.
Yep.
You got real life.
Yep.
Off camera, we was talking a little bit about what's going on. So like, where do you fit in? How do you see yourself fitting into that space?
Batch
moving
record.
forward?
Batch record. I love batch recording.
I like
that first run was on Sundays twice a month.
Good.
4-hour blocks. I over invited sometimes, just in case like somebody didn't come through, and it kind of felt like a party. So I was like, I bought some Popeye's chicken. Let's go. Okay. And I was changing outfits, so people see me like run in and run out. Or I had a trick of just changing my t-shirts. I don't know if people caught on that. Like, I just changed t-shirts. I had the same.
Yeah.
But it made it look like I had different days, but really it was just 2 Sundays every month for like 8 months.
Yeah.
So that's how we got to those about 60 episodes.
Bet. Hold that there, because you seem to be very timely in the people that you interview. Ooh. So if you're batch recording like that, like what's the creative process behind knowing when
to drop it?
Yeah,
there's some people that they tell me like, hey, I'm about to drop this project here, because we're talking about certain projects. So it's like, I'm about to drop the project here, so can you drop it this time? I have no problem with that.
Okay.
But then there's people that they don't know when they're going to drop stuff. That's another thing I want artists to do. Don't go on no podcast with no music to release. I have to be a part of your rollout. You got to strategize.
Yep.
So that's how I was dropping certain things. And some things I would go back. Not saying re-drop, but we could always clip. Recycle a clip real quick.
So like, how deep in the clip economy are you?
Since I stopped recording in December.
It, damn, it's been since December.
I stopped recording since December, but I
Yeah.
created a on the go series called The Layover. So
Ooh,
there's
okay.
Bebe Flight, Late Night with Bebe Flight,
I
and
like
then there's
that.
Layovers where I go anywhere and I just record artists. Like I ask them, like the signature question on the layover is, on a 10-hour flight, what 3 albums would you listen to?
Oh,
So that's the signature
yeah.
question on that. Or what 3 people would you listen to? I usually switch it up. And then I kind of flow.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing that on the go just to keep me slick with it. But outside of that, yeah, we're going back into recording in like 2 weeks.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. So,
Excited.
without giving too many ingredients of
Mm-hmm.
of your sauce, like, what's the new BB like compared to last season?
New BB, the new show, I'm really in my producer bag. The segments,
Okay.
you're gonna look at me like she's insane. And also, we're adding performances.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We are adding performances.
That's dope.
I want to say it kind of feels like Dave Chappelle-ish because I'm included on it. I want it to be vain, so.
No, that's an ill comparison.
Yeah,
No, that's a good
it's a
template.
Dave,
That's a good template.
Chappelle-ish feel. A lot of like things that I create is things that I've seen previously that I miss.
Mm.
Late night shows, I miss Arsenio. Like,
Yeah.
I'm showing my age, but like I usually create things that I miss seeing.
Okay. So, what's the difference between you and just being and bringing back nostalgia?
There's no difference.
Mm.
Usually, a lot of my creative space is because of nostalgia. Something
Okay.
reminds me of something else, and I want to see it again. I can't see it again, so I'm gonna create it.
Ah, I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That's kind of like what imagination is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That it makes me think of this saying I heard a long time ago, is if when you get an idea and you don't use it, like it leaves your head and it goes through someone else's
Yeah,
ears.
that's what
and then-
Michael Jackson thought that he was
Is
like,
that- is
it's
that
gonna
what
go
he-
to Prince. He was like, if I don't get the song, the creator's gonna give it to Prince.
Listen, yeah, imagine that type of class. That's a hell of a class to be in.
Crazy.
Gosh, my goodness. But I will say, it's not an easy thing to balance having to be everywhere at the same time.
Yes.
And to be everything for everybody. But I think for you, especially knowing that, we're on YouTube now, on TikTok, on Instagram, where do you feel most comfortable expressing yourself?
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram is really it. And you brought up something. Say that question again, because I didn't know you was gonna throw me there.
About
Being
the
everywhere for everybody.
yeah.
See, that's where I'm big on building community.
Yeah.
I hang around girls. We kind of all do the same thing, but we don't get in each other's way.
Nice.
So when it comes to like spreading myself out, there's opportunities. I'm like, here, you could take it. Like my girl T Talk. Shout out to her.
Oh, dope.
I throw
Yeah,
things
she
to her.
dope.
My girl Kiara. She was actually on my show, and then we kind of looked at each other like, wait, are we best friends?
Yeah.
so we work together. There's opportunities. If I can't do it, I send it to her. So like I learned not to spread myself so thin.
Good.
If it's not for me, you'll hear a call from me say, hey, can you go here? I don't gatekeep anything, especially if you win, I win. So I'm cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So on the flip side of that, what's a conversation or interview that you turned down that you wish you could reverse and
Wish that I could reverse, turn down, and I wish that I could reverse. I'm gonna say there was the audition to do Jim Joe's news correspondent, and I didn't go. Granted, I knew the people that were judging it, so they were just kind of made it like just show up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, because I kind of was in my head that I was just like, I want to do late night. I'm late night. I don't want to do news, but I'm like, I don't want to blur lines of what I have going on, but I do wish that I would have just did it and got out my head.
You feel like it would have been more of a opportunity as opposed to just a thing to do?
I think it probably would have been both, because I probably would have had access to a studio too, even though it's a little deep. The Bronx is deep, but
Yeah.
it was an opportunity that I should have went to.
All right, so speaking of opportunities, tell me a little bit about what your vision is going into this next season, and what can we expect from a branding perspective?
I'm still gonna be using my resources, so if you get a call from me, you know why. more segments. It's gonna feel more like a late night show. Including monologues because everybody's like, we like you.
Yeah, yeah.
So like more of me to ease into the guest, and we are talking about music, and essentially I love the creative process, so I might whip out some things and be like, cut the beat right now type. I'm gonna get into more of
Okay.
that, and also I want to goal up to at least having a live show at least
Once every what?
once by the end of the year,
Oh, okay.
once a year, just to celebrate that it exists.
Ah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, you know you got my full support on that.
Listen, you,
100%.
I'm gonna bother you. You know
Please
that.
do. Please do. Now, I want to jump into a little bit of music because,
Yay!
I know online it's very easy to get caught up in like AI is taking over everything. It's AI is dictating the clips and all that. And as true as that can be, I still believe that there's humans behind it that are observing things and got like a really experienced perspective on things. So like at some point you turn into the person that you wish you were.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that you are there yet?
No.
Or
There's a lot of work for me to do.
okay.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of people that don't know I exist yet. So I have no problem saying that I'm still working at it.
Yeah.
You know, I went to the Grammys this year and I was just looking around and just taking it all in. And there was moments that I'm just like, no imposter syndrome. Can't be imposter syndrome. I'm here. Why am I here? Oh, that's Kirk Franklin. Okay. I was taking it in, but then I was just like, I'm not working hard enough.
Why do you think you're working hard enough when you got there?
I got there based on a lot of connections that I made, but
Was
there's
that
still
easy?
it's not easy because networking is hard,
Exactly.
especially with women. Jesus. But I still feel like there's more work for me to do. I was definitely like that trip was a blessing. I got to work in Snoop Dogg's vinyl
Oh, that's dope.
vinyl shop. He reposted it. I was woke up. I was like,
Hey.
oh my god. So it was definitely a blessing, but I still have so much work to do.
I only question the work because a lot of times as creators we end up like not speaking to ourselves well.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
So
that's why I
like,
have to stop. Self-preservation, because that's when
Yeah.
it becomes a job. So I
Exactly.
need to take a break so that I can remember my why. We talked about it, like, okay, because if I get too into it and like moving like a robot,
Yeah.
that's when I'm just like, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah, man, it's a real burnout. It
It's a
starts from the inside
burnout.
out. All right, so let's have a little fun. Let's
Okay.
have a little fun. Let's talk local talk, right? So we
Felt
in,
it coming.
we in Hell's Kitchen, New York City right now, right? We're in the thick of a lot of music, politics, entertainment, all that. So tell me about what you think about the current shakeup at High 97.
Oh, yeah?
And more people gravitated to YouTube for their full on media presentation.
I think that's more. It's showing how like media, the scape of media is looking like the scape of artists. Because now artists are going for independence. Media is going for independence. Like everybody's starting to learn how to do things on their own or caring to do things on their own. So now it's like it kind of looks bad on the radio because it's like we don't really need y'all. I can't recall the last time I listened to the radio like
Really?
that.
So
So, especially when the radio plays the same songs. Like, we know the same songs. You can go on the internet and take a screenshot of it.
yeah,
It's
I
the
ain't
same
about to
songs.
defend that. You right. You all right.
Unless it's like 5 a.m, which they play like the newbies, but
Mhm.
it's becoming less of a need. But we know that they pay the bills because it's ads that they make money on and streams, I guess.
So does radio still matter, especially in a
Not in
place
my
like
opinion.
New York?
Not in my opinion, because especially New York doesn't even really play that much New York artists. They barely play Griselda. Like, I hear so much about Griselda artists overseas.
Yeah. Are you surprised though?
No, I love it. I just
Yeah,
love that people
yeah.
care about it.
Exactly. I mean, look, at some point we just gotta accept like what the status quo is, because I think the resistance to it makes us just complacent. Like, oh, this is just it. But no, recognize it and then start innovating. Sometimes that shit take time. It takes time, and like that's why I'm glad earlier you were speaking on like you having to really take some time and like figure out what is a rebrand for me. What does it look like to not have to be recording every Sunday, as you said, for 20 months straight.
And making sure I'm not a blur, because there's so many podcasts that it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
So it's like remembering my why is remembering why, like, I'm not like them. I'm doing me. and stick to it.
Yeah.
Because if you keep going,
100%.
take a break.
So, Summer Jam, are you excited for it?
I'm excited for it, but I seen it because they do have Griselda on there.
Yeah.
I seen it. Oh, I was like, where is what's his name? Not him leaving my mind. West Side Gun. He's not on there. They got Stove God, Conway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like they did that because they don't play them on the radio.
Yeah, and that it brings me to my next question. This new like format change.
They're trying to get me.
I'm telling you, man. Like I feel like they're not opening. I hope that's not like the.
I think they're 8 p.m. or they 7 p.m. I'm not too sure. I gotta look back at that. But
Yeah.
I seen comments this morning actually because it's strange you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying like this is just for the lyrical miracle fans, and I was like, yeah, y'all gotta have a good balance of hip hop somewhere in this.
Like, are we not in New York? It doesn't mean we can't compete in other ways, but like you gotta
satisfy that.
Bro.
That itch, because to not gonna hold you, I go to their concerts. They have cult followings. Like Rock Marcy's on there, and I'm hyped for that too.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, you're never gonna go wrong with having the natural element in your shows, and the natural element is just fucking saying something, and making it sound good.
I'm so hyped for them. No, I'm so hyped for them.
Now, another thing that makes a city like New York itself, I heard Flex the other night on the radio, like, yo, no more out-of-town artists headlining Summer Jam.
Oh, wow.
But who's headlining Summer Jam?
Well, it's just Tri-County. And Freddie Wap had an awesome summer in 2016.
Mm-hmm. I think Freddie's just a guaranteed Summer Jam.
Give it to him.
And he should have that.
It's 10 years ago. Yeah. He took over the summer. So I think that was a great choice.
Yeah.
Granted, I was sitting there like, where the clips at? But,
So why not go after folks like that?
I think they probably cost too much, too.
That can't be it. It can't be that they just cost too much. I think it also speaks to a lot of cachet that the brand has.
Yeah.
And like, let's be real.
They've had a lot of bad lineups.
And I just don't know if Hot 97 is in a spot where they can command.
Oh no!
Even that local pool for like people to come out, which is mind blowing.
They usually do it before the show.
It hurts my heart that we even have to speak like that. This is Hot 97 every day. That's my word. Yeah. You're out your mind.
That's 97.
That notice they still got like I like that they have the old like the LO and the Foxy pictures still up in the new studio because like you gotta recognize that. But like speaking to the nostalgia of things, but at the same time, how come you can't recognize the successful nostalgia?
Because the ears aren't there. The ears aren't to the streets to even collaborate with what's new. Because I seen in the comments, they was like, "What about Capella Gray?" And I was just like, "Ooh, I ain't mad at that."
Yeah. It does feel super New York anytime you have French there. And this is Max's first Summer Jam back.
Max is good. Let Max do what he wants. Granted, he crazy, but
I just wonder if there's gonna be,
who's the newbies that they gonna have on there?
Zeddy Will, Honey Baby.
You got Fergie on there?
New, huh?
You got Fergie on there?
Fergie Baby's not on there.
He just did Rolling Loud. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, I just listened to Harlem River Drive on my way over there, actually.
They just posted him on Double XL today.
Yeah. But see, that's an organic regional
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Fergie fan. There's probably another interview. I'm like, Fergie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he has the best nostalgia feel too. So I'm just like, Hot 97 need to get together with that.
Listen, I still got some familiar faces over there, so much love to them. But like, I think it's bigger than them at that point, and especially with the.
Who are they trying to please? Is what I'm curious about. Like, what's the audience that they're trying to attract? Not
the Hot 97 audience that's brought them to where they at. It's not. And I feel like when you're not focused on your target, that's when innocent bystanders start getting hurt. And the innocent bystanders are the people that help build the culture. That's who's getting hurt now.
Those are the people that own the homes. And like they're adults. Like they're big grown adults. So they probably not even really caring to listen to Hot 97. Unless they gonna come out with Hove.
I mean, that's when you got BLS there. Like, yo, they're both legacy stations at this point, but like it's a virtually young lineup for
it is type young.
Like Cash Cobain, 41.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's still gonna feel like, young New York, but at the same time, I'm glad they didn't fully deviate, and I think that's only because of Flex. I have to give him that.
I think there's gonna be more people because they said more people come in. They're gonna drop more people.
It'll
So
feel more like a festival, not Summer Jam, and that's my problem with it.
isn't that what it is?
Summer Jam has never felt like a festival as we know it today. Summer Jam is Summer Jam.
I don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying? Like, and I've
I
been
have
in
my hiccup with. I've never been, to be honest with you.
You never been to Summer Jam?
Because
Okay.
I don't want to spend my money. Not because I don't want to spend the money on the ticket because it's been offered to me, but as a journalist, I want the media pass. So I'll do the work for the media pass.
I get
That's
that.
why I said I'm not done working yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
There you go. There you go.
I made the mistake of like when I don't get where I need to be, I go to another state. I've done work in Atlanta. I've done work in Austin. I've been in LA. So it's like, if I can't get shit shaken here, sorry, I don't know if I could curse.
No,
but if I can't get shit shaken here, like, I'm going to go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So to be honest with you, like, New York, I'm still mapping things out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I'm coming from Long Island, so.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing what the competition and the politics are within the 5 boroughs and beyond,
Ooh.
What do you think Long Island has the advantage in right now?
Long Island has the advantage being that we are in our own world. Like, I have to bring up when we had Earwax, that was us.
Man.
They had to come to us.
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of people kind of had disagreements with that. It was like, bring it to Brooklyn. And no, this is something that y'all gotta come here.
SOBs
and they did it.
Go to Long Island or Philly, SOBs,
yes.
SOBs. Yeah.
Come here. So I feel like Long Island has the advantage that we have collectives that we can focus on. I don't want to say disadvantage, positivity.
Positive thoughts.
Positive.
Yeah. Listen, I'll say this though. I think collaboration is key. I think a lot of people on Long Island have dropped the ball on collaborating, especially just artists. And the ones that have taken the time to collaborate, shout each other out, but also treat each other's projects like they treat Drake's or Future. When they don't even see those comments. Nope. Like, they don't even look at their Instagram. And, like, you're having full-on debates about it. Mm-hmm. But you don't say nothing about your mans or the person from the next town over. Yeah. And, that's not sustainable. Shout out to all of the Long Island artists. Y'all know who y'all are that actually take the time to do that. Jules, Melee, Nick Moody. Passport. You have Passport on your platform. There's a lot of people.
I had Nick too.
I bet. Yes.
I took care of him.
That's dope. There's a lot of people, and I think truthfully we don't give each other enough grace.
Yeah.
And you don't have to know each other. It's like everybody in Brooklyn didn't grow up on the same block, bro.
That's true.
It's just Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us come from these different places. So understand what the hometown advantage is. And you on the media side, like, tell me, who are you? Who are some of the people to look out for from the island that's speaking up?
Media-wise?
Yeah, 100%.
T-Talk. Okay. But she does detective type of, like, content, which is still necessary. I look at her, I'm like, girl, Missing on Long Island is her platform. Well, one of the documentaries that she creates. And who else? Eden. He does a lot of the reviews of different places.
Yeah. He's dope.
I love his content. Yeah. He don't even know me, and I'm like a huge fan. Like, I love what he does. I respect his creativity, and I respect him because he does it all over. Like, there's no way that you can't. He's marketable.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm like, oh, watch out. Yeah, he got something going on.
I love that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think just like politics, and we can probably end on this note, we know the importance of having to speak up right now, right?
Yes.
And I think having a lens of being a hip-hop head, being a fashion person, being, I should say a fashion killer, somebody that's a thinker. How are you approaching educating people while entertaining them?
Oh, see, I'm giving you all my gems today.
It's me.
So I decided to go back to school for mass communications. And my minor is addiction studies. My major is mass communications. While learning, I decided to make a media playbook for indie artists.
Hey, let's go.
when artists come to your podcast, I'm basically teaching them how to talk. One tip that I wrote in one of the chapters is stop with the redundant answers. Never do a one answer.
Yeah.
One worded answer. What basically the example would be, how would you define your sound? 85% of artists say unique.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
I hate it. So in the book, I would teach you basically how to reword that.
Yeah.
Unique, because I grew up with my grandma and she taught me while she was playing Marvin Gaye and mixing it up with Donna Summers, and I learned different sounds, so I was able to create this unique sound. You see how that sound better?
100%.
You see it? Like,
now I got a personal connection.
you have a personal connection instead of just saying unique.
Yeah.
You not Beyonce. Y'all can't say that yet. Like,
hey, yo, Beyonce ain't do that all the time too. She didn't start off like that.
Listen.
And like you got to know the basics. It just always comes back to that.
yeah. So right now when it comes to educating, I'm definitely releasing an ebook on my birthday.
When's your birthday?
June 25th.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
So
happy early birthday.
Thank you. So that's something I want to give back, and just I can't keep complaining about things that I can help.
Yeah.
So a lot of my brand is helping. Even back in Earwax, like I had people that gave me feedback. I'm like, let me help.
Yeah.
You know.
But honestly, it's the people like myself.
Yeah.
That was like, yo, I think I'm gonna listen to what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when people compliment you, you usually think that's where it ends.
No.
That compliment is usually the open door, like, yo, let's continue to talk. Like, I like what you do, or yo, I like your pants. That shit was hard. That's hard. You made those? Oh yeah, I actually did.
Yep.
And that's how so many people ended up building relationships out of Earwax. So, but it was a time. It was a moment and an experience. So it can't stop there though.
Yes.
So it's like if everybody in that bitch was really who they said they were, they should be able to keep creating experiences.
Hello.
That's why I don't be giving people no room to, just make excuses.
Don't tell me anything.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like just because it's tough don't mean like it's impossible. Especially when you're at ground zero. That's when you can start like drawing shit up. Like, oh snap! I got the time now to imagine.
We all said that Earwax was practice for y'all. Like it's practice.
Yeah.
Until y'all get to the real thing, because the real thing is intense.
Yeah.
So y'all, that's when make all the mistakes y'all want. We ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
We was drinking, so we're not gonna say anything.
But it's the people who allow
to keep to that.
It changed everything. So from meeting you there and being in touch and always being able to say, yo, I got this going on. How can I support by XYZ, blah blah blah. Those are the things that makes those 30-year, 25-year relationships happen. That we see,
all
the
over.
Angies and the Kevin Lyles and the Jays, all these people.
Listen, I'm going for that.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
And it's God spare our lives. We're going to be there.
Listen.
Come on, man.
Heard you.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you guys so much for tapping in. I go by the name of ShotofADRENALIN. Tell them where they can
Bebe
find
Flight. You can follow me on everything. Lipstick and lyrics. Exactly how I say it, because I got a list. Lipstick and letter N. Lyrics.
Yes.
SV at the end.
Damn, that actually does sound exactly like that.
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right, bet. Listen, y'all know what to do. Please hit the hype button, like, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Once again, I'm ShotofADRENALIN. Until next time, take action. Thank you so much for tapping in on this video. If you're interested in learning more about the music or the creative talks that we have on this channel, please feel free to subscribe right here on YouTube. And of course, you can follow me on all socials at ShotofADRENALIN. Take action.